Thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. We're going to go ahead and just start with the balance position, your setup, your initial setup. You look real comfortable. You're in line. I feel like your hands are in a great position. You have a nice, easy, clean turn to get up to the top. You're not bogged around. Your feet. Your foot's in a great position just to be able to just turn. You lift. We always like to see our guys up through their foot. Like to see the go right up through the belt. Okay, that knee should it should at least be in line. Your right knee should at least be in line with that line, if not over the rubber, which it is. So, Kyle, this is just something you just need to keep focusing on. You get up to the top, you start creeping forward just a hair, but I don't really feel like it's a big time issue. If you see, we back you up back and forth, and you'll just see your hips slide forward ever so slightly. You'll just see them just move forward just a little bit as we lift, but again, it's very slight. Ideally you want to get to the top of the delivery before we move forward. So as we move on, we want to talk about a couple things, and that's the direction, okay, of your delivery. You want to make sure that the weight is on the front of your feet, the front of your left foot, so you can really power through the catcher's target. Your eyes should pick up the target, and as you move forward, okay, you want to make sure that you stride directly towards home plate. And I just feel just a little bit watching this video that your stride is just a little closed off. Okay, it's just a little closed off. And the one thing that leads me to believe this is that I'm gonna erase that line, and what leads me to believe that is if you take a look at your upper half right here, when you land, okay, you just look like you're kind of pinching your shoulder blades a little bit. You're leaning back over your heels, and to me, your front foot, okay, is a little bit left of center on that line. It's also turned where your toe is pointing, okay, towards like the left-handed batter's box or even the on-deck circle on the first baseline. And what you want to do is you want to have your toe opened up towards home plate in order for you to really get your lower half through the pitch and be able to maintain balance at the end of the delivery. If you close yourself off when you land, it's going to make it, you're just going to be fighting your line. You're going to have to lean your body towards the right in order to get through the pitch. And you do a very good job. I mean, I would have to say that your delivery is pretty clean. This really is the only flaw. And I think if you work on striding in the right direction towards your target, you're going to clean a lot of your issues up at this point in the delivery. And the best thing to do, you just do a T-line drill. And basically a T-line drill, if I'll just draw it right here for you, you put a line on the flat ground, in the dirt on a warning track. You put the line on the flat ground that is the rubber, and then you take wherever you're going to stride from, you take that line and you just draw yourself a directional line out towards where your target would be, okay? And you want to make sure that your toe is getting on that line every time you make a throw. And you can do it dry, where you just pick the leg up, you go back into a balance point without a baseball, and you just stride on that line. And again, you'll just over and over again, you'll practice doing this slowly but surely. You'll be able to clean this up, and it'll free your delivery up a little bit. I feel like you'll get through the baseball a lot better. We go to the end of the delivery, which is the finish, the rotation and the finish. And again, right here, because you're closed off, you can see your face is pointed off towards the scoreboard over here, as opposed to being in line with home plate. So you can see your target. Okay, your arm, great job with the arm. Your arm is nice and long. It's clean through the ball, but again, if you look at your face, okay, because you close because your front side got so closed off with your lower half, you basically had to over rotate, and your body, your top half body is almost headed off into these trees over here, when it should be, okay, it should be just facing that target. So, you know, minor things, but fixable. I mean, it's as simple as that. That line drill is going to help. And then also, I want you to just, and this is more of a feeling, you're gonna have to practice pitching a baseball or throwing a baseball slow to work on this next one. And it's a balance throw, balance drill. Balance, throw, balance. Okay, you have a balance at the front of the delivery, and you also have a balance at the end of the delivery. And you want to make sure that you can just hang on to that weight on that front side. Okay, on your post leg, which is your right leg. And what's going to happen is as you release the baseball, you're going to rotate through, and I just want you to just hold on to that balance. It's gonna give you a feeling. It's going to help your mind kind of feel the different body parts involved in the delivery. Okay, we're going to move on to the next standpoint. Is right here. As you make your way towards home plate, you break your hands. Okay, I want you to make sure that you get to the top. You do a great job here. As you break your hands, that ball, okay, right here, your finger should be on top of the baseball, and the ball should be pointed down. Relax yourself. This looks like a real stiff wrist takeaway, okay, and what's going to happen, the stiff wrist is going to create a stiff arm. It's not going to work as cleanly. It's not going to work as fast. So you just work on just having a nice relaxed takeaway as you separate your hands. Let that arm just kind of dangle down, and then once it hits to once you get to the full length that you like it, you just pick it up and go with some velocity, and it's nice and loose. It's going to work a lot quicker. And then I just want to remind you of the T-line drill, where you can put that line in the dirt, work on striding on the line. You do it dry. You do a lot of dry work, and eventually you put a baseball in your hand and you work on throwing that pitch on that line, and that will, our guys at the college level do the T-line drill every single day. They do it with a baseball. They do it without a baseball. It's just something that's a part of our practice plan. So, Kyle, I want to thank you for coming to camp. I hope you learned a lot, and we look forward to having you out there again sometime.